Today's how to build is on this entrance to a bank building. So again, what I've done here is I've taken this blue skyscraper, which if you haven't seen already, click here to watch the how to build video on this skyscraper. And I took the bottom part here and I scaled it up from this to minifig scale. And again, it's about a 3x conversion. So this is 10 wide, this ends up being 32 wide. This is 6 back, this ends up being about 18 back. And similarly, as I built each of these sections, I scaled them up 3 times. I got to add some extra details in there with the tile down at the bottom, stuff like that. We'll see how I did the cool doors and things like that. But yeah, so this is again scaling something up to a bigger version. Let's go. So we're going to start this off using a 16 by 32 base plate. Mine's a little dirty, but I'm going to be covering up with tile, so I don't care about that. So I'm doing this in sort of the style of the new modular style buildings that always have the tile sort of sidewalk and flooring inside, but that's a style preference, so you don't have to do it that way. So this is a 2x2 in blue, one off from the sides there. I'm doing a lot of light blue in this one, so I'm going to go around this with some 1x2s. We're going to mirror everything we do here on the other side. So real quickly, do the same thing. Here I've got a 1x4 in that light blue color. And, you know, I just did this sort of based on the space that I had left over after the building and what I thought looked cool, so you can do whatever you want with the tile you have, or not go tile at all. So these are both 1x8. We're going to go 4 over and do 2 more 1x8s. And here we'll do some 2x2s, 3 of them, and some 1x2s, just filling in this area with blue. And then we'll go 4 2x2s through the center here. Going back over here, we're going to now do in tan, so the outline of the B. So that's a 1x6 plus a 1x1, and then 5 1x2s. So 1x2, 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 an exact same B shape over here, so a 1x6 with a 1x1, and then 5 1x2s. Again, this is the outside of the blue bank building, so B's were important. Some blue 2x2s to fill in the holes in the B, and then go around the bottom here, so 1x4, the 1x1, and 1x1's continuing up. Up here is going to be a 1x4 off that way. Opposite thing up here, 1x4 off that way, and then 3 1x1s going down, a 1x4. Now filling in the center a little bit, I'm going to do tan, so that's a 1x6, 1x4. Then in light blue, 6 2x2s. Then 2 1x4s in tan. We're going to leave those 2 spots empty for right now. Oh, and up in the corners right here, 2 1x2s in light blue. And that gets you all the way to what will be the doorway. So right now I'm doing what would be the interior of this building. So this is super optional. So that's 4 2x2s in blue, 4 1x2s in light blue, 6 2x2s in blue, and then 8 2x2s in blue. And to finish it out, you can do 1x2 in light blue in each of these places. Sorry, this should be 10 blue 2x2s up there. So this is the base of the building with tile on it. So for the first layer of brick, these are two 2x6s. Basically, we're just filling in all the empty spaces down here. This is a 1x4 and a 2x6 and a 2x4 going off the back, which means that we're going to be hanging one off the back of the base plate here, which is a little rebellious. Again, 1x4, 2x6, 2x4. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is a little bit strange. So this is 3 1x2 plates, 2 blue with 1 black in the middle. And why I've done this is if you look at the entrance, so again I was scaling this version of the building up, these wedge plates here have this little hole every level, and this was my way of imitating those sort of black hole marks throughout. If you think that's a ridiculous thing to do, then by all means just fill that in with a regular brick, but we're going to see that again. So this is a 2x4 there, and then this is a 2x3 and another one of those 1x2 build-up contraptions, but that would just be a normal 2x4 if you're not crazy like I am. Same thing on the other side, 2x4, 2x3 plus 1x2 contraption, a 2x4, and the 1x2 contraption over there. So we leave some blank space back here, but that is the first layer of brick. So for the next 2 layers, we're going to leave this 4x4 space here and here empty, but otherwise just fill in another level of brick. So this is what it looks like when we do 1 layer of brick, leaving this 4x4 space on both sides. And then we add another layer of brick. So again, we've now got this space empty and 2 bricks tall. This next layer is going to be exactly the same, except for a couple things. So this 2x2 contraption has the black plate on the bottom instead of the middle. We did that down there to account for the tiles, but here that would go right here and right there above it. But aside from that, the next layer is just going to be normal brick aside from those spots if you want to be crazy like me. So this is what it looks like after that additional brick layer with the crazy contraptions if you do that. And then we're just going to do 2 more normal brick layers on top of that. So now we've added 2 more layers of plain brick. And that means that if we count up here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers above this layer. And for this final layer, we were again going to have these 1x2 plate contraptions in those 4 spots if you want them. Otherwise, normal bricks. So we've now added that additional layer of brick. The key thing we're going to do on this next level is bridge this gap. So this is a 2x10 brick, fits perfectly across. You could also do 2x10 plates and just stack it up so it equals a brick tall, but I'm using 2 2x10 bricks. And then the rest of this level we're just going to fill in normally with brick. So this is what it looks like from above when we've added the brick to the rest of that layer after closing in the top. Next layer is going to get a little more interesting. So the next step is going to be a little tricky. Take 2x4 bricks, put them, 4 of them in the center here so that they hang off the front by 1. There's a side of 2, and then take some 2x2 upward slopes and slot them into those spots right there. And then we're going to take a pause and make some doors. So for the doors, this is a 1x4x3 panel in transparent light blue. I'm going to do 1x1 round in the same color on the bottom there. For this layer, we're going to take this 1x2 with handle in blue, 2 of those, another one of the panels, and at the top we're going to do some tan tiles, so 1x2 and a 1x1, and then another one of those 1x1 rounds, and then we're going to make another door that's the same, except the 1x1 rounds and tan tiles will be going in the opposite side. So there's the tile, 1x1 round. Now we're going to fit these onto the bottom holes that we left here, and the top is going to fit into this new 2x2s that we just put into place. So you might have to lift it up to fit it in. But then it should swing open and close nicely. And same thing on the other side. And there we go. Now we've got our 2 doors for the front of the bank, which open and close nicely. Now that we've done that, we're going to put some more of those 2x2 upward slopes on the front, right here. And then we're going to fill in the rest normally with bricks, except we're going to leave this 1x8 space blank there. So now that we've filled it in with brick, it looks like this. Now we're going to zoom in a little bit closer for the next level. So rather than making this wide back here, we're going to make this only 1 wide, and you could have done that a while ago if you want. So this is 1x8, 1x1, 1x2, and a 1x4. So focusing on this section, we're going to do a 1x2 upward slope right there, 2x2 upward slope, 1x6 brick across there. Now we've got this 1x4 plate contraption, because again, we've got some holes on this model that we're trying to recreate. So 2 blues and 1 black on the bottom. Then 1x4 brick, 1x4 brick, one of those 1x4 plate contraptions, and then this 1x8 plate all the way across. And by plate, I mean brick. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, 1x1, 1x8, 1x2, 1x4, 1x2 upward slope, 2x2 upward slope, 1x6 brick, then a series of 1x4s starting with the weird contraption, then a normal 1x4 that hangs over, then another normal 1x4 that hangs over a lot, and then the contraption. If we look at it from the front, we see the holes are building in like so. For the next layer, we'll start with a 1x8 from the back, then a 1x4, then we're going to do a 1x4 here, and we're going to leave that spot blank. We're going to build up the upward slopes with another 1x1 and 1x2. Next, we'll have a 1x1 brick, and then one of these 1x2 contraptions, then a 2x3, then a 1x1, another 1x2 contraption, and a nice 2x8 brick all the way across the front. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. 1x8, 1x4, 1x4 across the back of the upward slopes, 2x2 upward slope, 1x2 upward slope, 1x1 brick, 1x2 contraption, 2x3 brick, 1x1 contraption, careful, sorry, just 1 by 1 rather, and 1 by 2 contraption. Up here, looking at the front, this is what we've got. Taking a minute to look back at these 4 by 4 holes we left blank before, I'm going to fill them with the column. So this is a 2 by 4 with 2 1 by 2s, just alternating directions for 10 levels. You could also fill this in with 4 by 4 round bricks if you have a lot of those in whatever color you're doing this building in. I have like 1 in blue, so I certainly don't have 20, which is what I'd need to do 2 of these columns, but that's 1 column over there and another column over there. So now we can actually build bricks across that again. For here, this is going to be a 1 by 8 and a 1 by 1 back there. 1 by 3 across that hole. 1 by 2 here, and to start off the top of the column, we're just going to do 2 by 4 and a 2 by 4. For here, I'm going to start with a nice 1 by 6 brick across the back here. Again, continuing the upward slopes. Oop, drop that one. So 2 by 2 and 1 by 2. Then we're going to do 1 by 2 contraption here. This is going to be a 1 by 2 plate, brick, sorry. 1 by 2 brick, another 1 by 2 contraption, and then a 1 by 8 brick across the front. Going back, we'll do contraption, 1 by 2 brick, 1 by 2 brick, and contraption. Contraption. 1 by 6 brick, 1 by 3 brick, 2 by 2 upward with a 1 by 2 upward, 2 2 by 4s, a 1 by 8 across the back here, 1 by 1, and just a 1 by 2 brick right in there. This is what it looks like from the front. Da, 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 da. So take a 2 by 4 and a 1 by 2, or it could be a 2 by 3 and 2 by 2, and a 2 by 3 downward slope. Connect them together with a 2 by 3 downward slope, then do a 2 by 3 brick, 2 by 3 downward slope, and 1 by 2 brick. And make 2 of those. Take that big wedge and connect it to where the upward slopes start, up that way. Same thing on the other side. We've essentially just made a large 2 by 3 downward slope. Our next task is to replicate this 2 by 2 downward slope with a 5 on it. So 2 by 3 in blue, 2 by 2 in blue, 1 by 2 in red. Same thing over here, but opposite. And then 2 by 2 in red and 2 by 2 in blue. So that's going to be the bottom of our 5. 2 by 2 plus 2 by 3 in blue. Cross that with a 2 by 4 and 1 by 2 in white. This is 2 1 by 2s in red. 2 by 2 in blue with a 2 by 2 in white. Can now stack these on top of one another, offset 1. To hold them together, a 1 by 8 brick that they hang off of. They'll be 1 off the floor, but that's okay. 1 by 2 in red, 2 by 2 in white, topped with a 2 by 3 in white, 2 by 3 in red, 2 by 2 in white, the 1 by 2 in red, and then 2 2 by 2s in white. This is the next layer. That goes there, there, and there. You can start to see the 5 emerge. 2 by 4 and a 1 by 2, topped with a 2 by 3 and 2 by 2. And then a 2 by 2 over here. All that in blue. 2 1 by 2s in red on top of one another. A 2 by 4 in red to connect all that to the blue. And then this is just a regular 2 by 2 brick over there. So this connects there, and that connects there. We've got our 5. This brick in here is now entirely optional. So we can just have it be the plates. And then we can connect all this onto the building. So this connects down and fits to where the slopes went. And now we can just connect it all. So let's do two 2x3 downward slopes connected into the sides, 2x6 brick, or it could be 1x6, doesn't really need to be that wide. 1x2 downward slope, 1x2 downward slope, 2x2, and then two 2x3 downward slopes to top it off. Voila! Getting there. Oh hey, remember how I said you didn't need the 1x8 brick in the bottom of this? Let's put it back in just so we don't have a big hole there. So over here, I'm gonna do 1x8, a 1x2 behind that, and then a 2x3, a 1x3, 2x2 upward slope, and a 1x6 across the back there. And the same thing on the other side. 1x8, 1x2, 2x3, 1x3, 2x2 upward slope, 1x6. It's looking nice. 1x1, 1x6, 1x8, 1x3, 2x4, 2x2 upward slope. So I'm just going to keep going on this one side and just do everything on the other side as well. 1x3, 1x2, so 1x8, 1x8 there, 1x1, 2x4, and a 2x2. 1x1, 1x6, 1x4, 1x8, 1x1, 2x4, 2x4, 2x3 upward slope. 1x3, 1x2, 2x6, a 1x4 and 1x8, 2x4, 2x4, 2x3 upward slope. 1x1, 1x6, 1x4, 1x6, 2x2, 2x3, 2x8, 2x3 upward slope. Now you'll see this doesn't go all the way across, so now let's do all of that on the other side. So once you've done that on both sides, then you'll have a 1x8 space to go right there. Then we're just going to do 1x3, 1x8, 2x4, 2x8, 2x8. This could also be 1x8s if you're out of 2x8s. 2x8, 1x4. On the back again, 1x3 and a 1x8. And then fill in this with 1x bricks, doesn't really matter. This is a 1x6 and 3 1x8s. And then get some 6 wide plates. So this is a 6x16 and a 6x16 that I happen to have in blue. And just close in the top here. So there you have it. The entrance to the big blue bank building, which we scaled up from this version right here. Let's something like that. Ta-da! the key thing we're going to do on this... Oh, here comes my dog. Hi, Sophie.